Hey guys, Ian here with campgear.com. Today we're going to talk about how to fit your backpack. You've just bought your brand new backpacking backpack and you're getting ready to size it. It's super important to make sure that you've got the perfect fit. It'll make or break your trip. A bad, uncomfortable fitting backpack can really ruin a good experience. So we're going to run through the movable parts real quick. First at the top, you've got your load lifters. These are going to control the weight and how it sits on your shoulders. It'll give you some balance and stability. Next, you've got your shoulder straps. These are obviously going to rest right underneath the arm and around the shoulder. Again, they're going to create movement so that when you're moving, the backpack moves with you. In the middle of those, you have the sternum strap. That's a non-load bearing strap that just kind of helps secure everything in the middle. It's an important one to use. At the bottom here, we've got our hip belt. The hip belt's going to bear most of the weight when you're carrying your backpack, so it's really important that we get that in the right spot. The hip belt also has load lifters connected to the side. Those are going to, again, control that weight, bring it a little bit into your hips. You can let it out if you need to, just depending upon how you want to go with it. So the first thing you're doing when you're sizing up a backpack is you need to find your C7 vertebrae. The C7 vertebrae is that big vertebrae on the back of your neck that sticks out when you look towards the ground. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to find your iliac crest. Finding the iliac crest, you're going to take your hand and run it down the side of your body until you hit a shelf, and that's the iliac crest. You've got one on either side. The center on your back and your spine, in between those two iliac crests, is where you're going to measure from. So take a piece of string, connect it to the C7 vertebrae, run it down your back, and then grab a ruler and measure it. Generally, sizing-wise, if you are 15.5 inches or smaller, you're going to want an extra small. 16 to 17.5 inches is going to be a small. 18 to 19.5 inches is going to be a medium, and anything over 20 inches is going to be a large. So when you're purchasing your backpack, go ahead and try and keep that in mind. When you're putting on a backpack, the way that you're going to put it on is you're going to go ahead and buckle from bottom to top. So grab your brand new backpack, take it out of the package, and undo and loosen up all of those straps, the load lifters, the shoulder straps, the hip belt. Make them so that they're fully maxed out. You're going to go ahead and pick your backpack up. When you do that, before you do that, you want to put about 20 pounds of weight in there. You know, a little bit more here or there, a little bit less. Don't overload it, don't underload it. When you have a little bit of weight, it really helps secure and get a good fit. So putting on your backpack, you're going to go ahead and pick it up, put both your shoulder straps on, and then you're going to buckle from bottom to top, starting with the hip belt. So clip the hip belt in. You want to make sure it's centered right underneath your belly button. You want those hip belt straps to sit kind of right at the top of that crest so that they're bending over a little bit, but really giving good compression in on your hips. Next, go ahead and underneath the arms, you're going to grab the shoulder straps, and you're going to take two fingers and you're going to pull down and back with your arms to tighten those shoulder straps up. Go ahead and clip the sternum strap. It doesn't need to be super tight, just get it so that it's taut. And lastly, you're going to take both arms and you're going to tighten the shoulder load lifters at the same time. Those do not need to be super tight. I always recommend you just take two fingers and you pull them till they're taut. Finally, what you're going to do is you're going to start walking around. Walk in it for a few minutes. Go on a 15-minute hike or whatever you need to do and kind of give a feel. You want to feel for any poking, rubbing, uncomfortableness that gives there anything that's, prodding you in the back. You don't want to have any of that. The other thing you want to look for is when you're standing next to a mirror, go ahead and turn sideways. You want to have maximum contact with the back. You don't want to be able to see any air light holes through. You don't want anything like that. Try to avoid doing this, bringing your arm behind your back to feel, because what happens is you actually create a cavity and you will always have space there. So it's best to find a mirror and just turn to the side and look at the way that the backpack is sitting on your back. Again, walk around in it, make sure that it's super comfortable and that you've got that maximum contact before you put everything on there. If you have any questions, feel free to call our customer service line. They'll help you out with anything you need. Again, I'm Ian with campgear.com. Thanks, have a great day.